On a special bonus episode, we go to the Cincinnati Comic Expo for the weekend. Let's check out what happened. Hey, what's up, nerds? Welcome to a special episode of Nerdistic Tendencies this week. I am your host, Ray Hale. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the ringy dingy so you get my notifications. Don't forget to hit me up on social media, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We do weekly giveaways. On top of that, I'm posting a lot of pictures this week from the Cincinnati Comic Expo. So this past Friday and Saturday, I attended the Cincinnati Comic Expo in Cincinnati, Ohio. I hooked up with my buddy Pete at Bell Book and Comic in Dayton, Ohio, and actually had the privilege of getting the exhibitor pass and helping him out for the weekend, so that was really cool. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Bell. So Friday I worked the Bell booth and had a lot of fun, got to meet a lot of people, sold a bunch of comics. That was awesome. Saturday was the day where my daughter Allison and I were going to roam around the expo, take a bunch of pictures and video, do some shopping, and interact and mingle with all of the other cosplayers and comic book nerds like us at the facility. Unfortunately, Friday night, Allison hurt her knee pretty bad, so she was not going to be able to attend, so I had to fly solo for the event, so that kind of sucked.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did. So like I said, I took a bunch of pictures, got to meet some awesome cosplayers. So I put together a little slideshow with some awesome music by King's Ransom to see some of the pictures. Again, all this will be posted on my social media accounts too. So let's go take a look at that.
About to cry, but come let me hold you and try to ease your pain, because you're my angel, you're born there for today. Do you remember just how it used to be? We had nothing, but we had everything we need. I know I can say that we're better off this way, but little angel, I wanted you to stay. You can't hide it for long. Just where you wanna be. Time has come between us, but you just can't hide the need. kills me. I'd hope you understand. I don't know the reasons why, but I did the best I can. And as I turned to leave is when I heard her say, my little angel, my little angel, my little angel, let's meet again someday.
Now that was just a small piece of the cosplayers that were roaming around. Fortunately, I wasn't in a position where I could have my camera all day long, but was able to stop and take some pictures, so all of those were pretty cool. One of the highlights of the weekend actually was getting to go table to table and meet all of these incredible artists that were here at the event. So I put together another little slideshow. We're going to go a deeper dive and check out some of this art. Some of it is absolutely amazing. Again, all pictures will be on my social media account, but we're going to take a deeper dive and look at some of this artwork right now. So let's go check it out. First guy we're going to take a look at is a gentleman by the name of Adam Fields at Midnight 27 Studios. He was super cool. His wife was super cool too. So I went over there looking at the art, and there's just so much. It was so hard to just pick a couple of prints to show you guys, but man, this artwork is amazing, as we're going to see here. The first one up is this beautiful Captain America. Now, when I stopped in to see him, obviously he came back to the booth. He wasn't there initially when I was at the booth, but he ended up coming back to the Bell Book and Comic booth just to make sure that all of his prints were signed. The artwork on this stuff is amazing. Like I said, look at that Captain America. That is beautiful. Another awesome Spider-Man, Carnage, and Venom. He's done a number of different projects. I just recalled I had met him before at Bell Book and Comic, getting a copy of a comic book he put together and did the artwork for, called Ink, which was really cool. This one is really interesting. So Big Trouble in Little China is one of the most underrated films, that and Real Genius. This is a great movie. This is actually a piece of commission art. There's a great story behind this. But the gentleman that does Lightning, I'm not even going to mention his name because it's not worth it, was a total douche. He commissioned Adam to do this artwork, and, you know, first he wanted just the original three, the three villains, but then he wanted more. He wanted to include more characters from the movie. So after a couple of passes on this thing, Adam finally completes this, puts over 40 hours into it. As you can see, it's absolutely beautiful. This douchebag ends up throwing a fit and refuses to pay the commission because adding all of the additional characters took way too much attention off of him. Like he was the main character in this movie anyway. But yeah, what a jackass. I can't believe that. But irregardless, it ended up not being a paid commission, but ended up being an awesome print. So I'll post these on my social media and tag him in it. Make sure you check this guy out. His artwork is amazing. Brian Neifert is the next guy. He's got some really cool art. I've actually purchased one of his comic books at Bell Book and Comic just because I thought it was something new and different. And it's local. He's a local guy. So I always try and pick up some of these books. But it started off with the multiple copies. I actually bought one of his variant packs, 4 different variants. And the artwork, like I said, is awesome on this stuff. This is actually one that I already have. I'll be giving away my second copy here on my social media accounts. Another one, again, artwork is different. It's really good. And he tells a different story with this set of books. So something definitely worth checking out. But I want to show you one of his main prints here that I picked up. This is awesome. I mean, this is fantastic. Check this out. Monsters Against Nazis. How great is that? Kind of the Universal era. So, like I said, it's different story that you're used to seeing, but it's fantastic nonetheless. Make sure you check this guy out too. I'll be tagging him as well on my social media. So this next one is really cool. So this is the Chalk twins, Lexi and Devin. These ladies are really cool. So they actually have, they do all of their art in chalk, which is absolutely amazing. So they're actually doing throughout the day, they had their booth set up, but they actually did a demo throughout the day. And as we'll see in one of the pictures here, this picture here is actually like a large, I don't know what the dimensions are, but it's like 12 feet by 20 feet. And these ladies are crawling all over this, doing the artwork, filling in with all the different chalks, the chalk and the rubbing, and it is absolutely amazing. And then what they do is they take a high resolution photo of the large artwork, and then they sell it in prints for everybody else in a much smaller size. So the detail in this is absolutely phenomenal. I actually picked up 2 pieces of art I want you to check out. This is actually one of the ladies here. Like I said, really cool. They were awesome with the attendees of the expo, taking questions, sitting down, talking to people. Like I said, very cool. Very, very cool. Their booth was awesome. So I picked up a couple of prints, and obviously, like I've said before, I am a bit of a Star Trek nerd, but look at this. You have the original Enterprise, all the captains on it. It's beautiful. It's fantastic. Who wouldn't want this stuff in their collection? But like I said, this is all done on huge, huge canvases and then later shrunk down into smaller sizes. This is unbelievable. Like I said, it's got all the captains on this one. That's great. And of course, because I'm still a uber Star Trek nerd, this is a beautiful shot of the Enterprise D that you'll see from the Star Trek The Next Generation series. Like I said, these ladies were unbelievable. And to watch them actually do their work, like I said, they're crawling on this board and they're just, they design everything out, and then it's getting in and coloring and shading, and it's really such a cool process. Make sure you check these ladies out. Next up, we have Gavin Smith. Awesome artist. He had another guy that had so much artwork that I wanted to get my hands on. He's got a number of different projects. This is one of them. This is a trade that I picked up of one of his books. Here's an awesome print for Star Trek The Next Generation. He's actually in the process of doing a Star Trek book now. Beautiful print of the original X-Men. Iceman, Angel, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Beast, Spider-Sense, Spider-Man. Look at this. This is absolutely stunning. Awesome old school World War II era Captain America. How beautiful is that? And then, of course, my favorite, the Phoenix. This is a dark Phoenix print. This actually was a painting that he did that he ended up making prints out of. I couldn't believe it. And you know me, I love me some Phoenix. This stuff is amazing. Make sure you check out Gavin Smith. Next, we got Michael Golden. He is the co-creator of Rogue, and I'm a huge X-Men nut. But he was cool. Got to hang out and talk to him for a few minutes. He has some awesome artwork as well. Like you see, this is a great shot of Rogue. And this next one is also fantastic. Nice print called the FX 2007. It's pretty much got everybody on it. But as you can see, the artwork on this is fantastic. All of it signed. On this one, he actually gave me a certificate of authenticity, which is really cool. So you got to make sure you check out Michael Golden. Next up, we have Terry Huddleston. You might want to give this guy a call and check out some of his artwork. Look at this. This is absolutely stunning. This is all digital art. At the time, I couldn't buy the premium, and the premium was stunning. The all metallic. It was absolutely amazing. There were so many characters that he did. I picked up this Black Panther art for my daughter Allison because I knew she'd really appreciate it. But he's another artist you got to check out. He's got some cool stuff. This next one is Matthew Sutton. This guy was such a cool dude, such a sweet guy to hang out and talk to. He had a lot of amazing art. It was very difficult with this guy to pick out prints that I wanted to take home for my daughter and I. As you can see, amazing Miles Morales right there. That is really cool, detailed. Artwork is amazing. Got an amazing Phoenix, because I love me some Phoenix. Amazing Phoenix here. There's so many good prints. An awesome Scarlet Witch. He also had a beautiful Scarlet Witch in Vision that I wanted to pick up as well. Like I said, artwork is just amazing. Look at the detail and the color on this Rogue. Fantastic. Such good stuff. And the cool thing is as I told him about what I was doing and the fact that I was a little disappointed that my daughter wasn't there because, you know, she loves going to the conventions and she loves the artwork. Just after I had already paid for all the art, he just wanted to do something special for my daughter, which was absolutely amazing. And I brought it home to her, and she absolutely loved it. This is Scarlet Witch, and personalized original artwork for her, and for somebody who likes the art, that's so cool. You know, nobody else has this picture. It's a really cool thing to add to the collection, but it was a really cool thing for my daughter. He didn't have to do it. He certainly could have charged me for it, and I gladly would have paid it, but this was just because he wanted to do something nice for my kid. Mr. Sutton, thank you very much. I'm going to be posting all of this online. Thank you. What a cool dude. Check this guy out. Now, this next one I didn't actually purchase at the event. This is from GG Rockets. I actually saw this at the Bell Book and Comic Shop, and again, it's another Phoenix artwork, and I just thought it was beautiful. So I saw it, picked it up. I included in this because I saw this when I was helping Bell out earlier last week, helping them get organized for the show. So I had to include this art. It's absolutely fantastic. I'll post it on my social media so I can tag the artist. Thank you. Great work. And lastly, we have the amazing Jim Shooter. Jim Shooter actually has an awesome story. He actually began his career in the comic books as early as 13 and 14, writing and doing some drawing in DC. He's worked on just about everything as a writer, as an artist. For years was editor-in-chief at Marvel. He also did the same job at Valiant Comics. This guy has been in the business for years, has seen and done just about everything, and I had a great time just hanging out, talking to the guy. He's such a cool dude, kind of a controversial figure in comic books, but to me, he's awesome. And just as I'm sitting around talking to him, listening to hear his stories with other people, and from my own experience talking to him, he was such a cool guy, and it just kind of dawned on me. And I told him, I said, you know, Jim, 95% of the comic books that I've read and loved have your name on it. Whether you're an artist or a writer or as the editor-in-chief, you know, I just wanted to say thank you, because he was such an amazing guy, had an amazing career. And even as editor-in-chief, while sometimes controversial at Marvel Comics, he was involved in a lot of major stories and making a lot of major decisions for Marvel Comics at the time, and has left a huge imprint on the comic book business. So that was really cool to hang out, shake this guy's hand, and just say thank you. He was so cool. If you see him at the next con, make sure you stop and talk to him. He's a good guy. Like I said, the artwork is fantastic. Some of these artists are amazing, and it's up to us and the rest of the nerd community to support them, buy their art, share it on your social media accounts. You see something cool, shout out to the artist, tag them, spread their art around. The more people see it, better chances of them getting paid, getting better jobs, and get more money, and that's good to do all their art. So we got to make sure that we keep that going. Now, you can't go to the Cincinnati Comic Expo and not purchase any comics, which I did. Got some cool stuff in it, so let's go check those out. Alright, let's take a look at the books that I got. This is the first one. Have you seen from previous videos, the fact that the Kool-Aid Man has a comic book is awesome. Oh yeah! So, not something I come across very often. This is actually the fifth one. The first couple were printed by Marvel Comics. The remaining four, I think there's 6 altogether. The rest are printed by Archie. But that was a pretty cool pickup. This next one is a key. It is Avengers number 152. It's the first appearance of the Black Talon. We have Avengers number 176. Avengers number 212. So this next one is really cool. It's Avengers Annual number 3, printed in 1969. It is a reprint of Essential Avengers stories. Now this one came without a cover, but I don't have this one in my collection, so it'll make a nice little placeholder. It was $1. So it didn't really matter as far as the money that I paid for it, but still, a lot of this old stuff sometimes is very hard to get a hold of. I was very excited to get that one, even if it was shorter cover. But for $1, why not? Next one is Avengers Annual number 16. That's pretty cool. Captain America number 202. Captain America number 226. Captain America number 225. That is an awesome cover. Next we have, this is a pretty big key. It is Defenders number 18. It is the first appearance of the Wrecking Crew, which I believe Marvel will be introducing into the MCU. I'm not sure. You read a lot of rumors online. But the Wrecking Crew was a big deal in the books. You saw them in the Defenders, Avengers books, even Spider-Man books. So that was pretty cool. I'm looking to finish out this Defenders run. This next one is also a key. It's the first appearance of Lunatic. It's Defenders number 53. We got Defenders number 54. And Defenders number 57. So another really good cover there. Old Ms. Marvel on it. It's pretty cool. Next we have a Doctor Strange book. This is issue number 17. It's got Doctor Strange and Cleo on the cover. We have a Fantastic Four book, issue number 189. We have, from the first volume of Man-Thing, we have issue number 12 and issue number 20. So those are cool books to get. Keeping this thing going, we have a copy of Marvel Tales number 72. This is another run that I'm looking to finish up. Marvel Tales number 103. Now we move on to some Marvel team-ups. We got Marvel Team-Up number 32. Number 45. 49. 98. And 108. We also have some annuals here. In this case we have one. Marvel Team-Up Annual number 7. Spider-Man and Alpha Flight. Pretty cool. Some Marvel 2-in-1s here. Issue number 15. 22. 23. 25. 34. 65. 66, 67, 68, huge 2-in-1 run here. Issue number 73, issue number 78, 79, you got issue number 81, issue number 86. This is actually a key. It is the origin of the Sandman. Now, the Marvel 2-in-1 comic series was basically, it was every magazine had the Thing in it. It's kind of like a solo title for him and teams up with somebody else. So sometimes it was Spider-Man or it was Thor, but other times there's another opportunity to get newer characters and get them some spotlight and get to know them a little bit. So we have another one here, Marvel 2-in-1, issue number 87, number 92, and now we're going to get into some annuals. We got Marvel 2-in-1 annual number 3, number 4, and number 5. Cool. Alright, the last set here we have Luke Cage, Power Man, issue number 36. Now, at issue 50 of this series is where it carries over to Power Man and Iron Fist, the first volume there. So both of these runs I'd like to finish collecting. That Luke Cage number 1, although I saw maybe about 6 of them at the expo, that is a huge book. Very pricey book to get your hands on. So we'll see what happens down the road with that. I have a copy of Two Gun Kid, issue number 126. Now this one is a little bit different. It's called The Uncensored Mouse. So this is a reprinting of various this is a reprinting of various Mickey Mouse news. This is a reprinting of various Mickey Mouse comic strips from the 30s, I believe it is. But it's essentially called The Uncensored Mouse because, you know, times were different back in the 30s, so this isn't artwork that the House of Mouse would proudly display today. Maybe it's, you know, a different Mickey Mouse who was very mischievous at the time, or even situations where Mickey Mouse was doing something that was borderline racist or insensitive to other people. Not necessarily something you want to promote, but it's actually kind of an interesting read. Just flipping through it, I haven't gone through all of it, and it's just a very different Mickey Mouse that you recognize today. So, like I said, not that I'm promoting any of the behavior, I'm just saying it's just something different to take a look at, like a little time capsule. Also, too, huge book. This one is a key. It is the first full appearance of Apocalypse. This is X Factor number 6. That leaves only one X Factor comic left to complete that first run, which I believe is issue number 145. I believe it was kind of a low print run. Haven't stumbled upon this book yet, but I'm certainly on the lookout for it. So once I get that, then I have completed this run. So that's really cool. But I do have one more book I want to show you. As you can see here, I have 2 copies of Dazzler number 1. I actually have another copy that I have put away in storage, but I saw another one there for $1 I picked up. The other one is a little bit different. This one is the standard that you will find in your local comic book shop. It is not the first appearance of Dazzler, but it is the first Dazzler ongoing series. The first appearance happened in a Uncanny X-Men comic book, but there was something interesting about this. Like I said, I already had a copy of issue number 1, but there is a variant out there. It's got a small print run, but the first, I don't know, a few thousand that were printed had a printing error on the inside of it. So 2 pages were printed in black and white. So rather than go through the storage boxes, I found another copy there for $1. So I figured I'd buy that one too. But now this completes my Dazzler run, all variants associated with it. So that's pretty cool. But I wanted to show you the differences between the 2 books. Perhaps you should take a look at your collection. So as you can see, there's a major difference here. So this book, when it was originally printed, like I said, the first few thousand copies came out with a print error, and that's this down here at the bottom. As you can see, these 2 pages were printed without any color in it. So those issues were recalled. Some of them were taken back, but like most recalls, they ended up staying on the market. So while the original Dazzler run doesn't have many keys, I think it's basically got 2, all of them minor keys. There is 1 big key, and that's this copy. So now I have completed my Dazzler run, but it's still pretty interesting if you look at the book. Like I said, big glaring difference, black and white, color. So if you didn't know that, make sure you check your copy out at your house. See which one you got, because this is something that is easily overlooked. In fact, I ran into a couple people when discussing this book at the expo, and they didn't know that this was out there and that existed. So that was super cool. Completes my Dazzler run, and I ended up going home extremely happy. Let me know what you think in the comments. So pretty cool haul. Filled some huge runs. Side note, kind of had a little bit of a low moment at the con on Saturday. I figured it would be a great opportunity to bring out all my gear and get it all set up, frame the shot, and start to interview people at the con to broadcast on my channel. So I did this for a little over an hour, asked over 100 people, and every one of them said no, which really sucked. So it was actually kind of like embarrassing or whatever. It just was, I wasn't expecting that. I figured I'd get a lot of people that would want to come and talk about, comic books or talk about their cosplay, and it didn't happen. So feeling down, I grabbed up all my stuff and brought it to the car because I knew I wasn't going to use the gear anymore and get ready to leave the con. And just as I'm walking back to the building, out of the corner of my eye, I see former UFC middleweight champion and Hall of Famer Rich Franklin. My wife and I are huge fans. He was so awesome, so sweet. I basically hung out on the side of the street talking to him for like 15 minutes, and it was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had. So thank you very much, Rich Franklin, for taking a very bad moment for me and turn it into something amazing. So thanks, Rich. As for that, that's pretty much all the time that we have this week. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the ringy dingy, check out the social media accounts, and see even more pictures and stuff that I'm posting out there. And not to mention all the weekly giveaways. There's going to be a lot of giveaways, a lot of cool stuff that I got at the con that I'm going to be giving away. So make sure you check that out. Oh, and one other thing. Yep, picked this up at the con. I got Mjolnir. Do you have one? No. Maybe. But I do now. Why? Why not? Because it's cool. It's all the time that we have this week. Make sure you check out all the social media accounts, and we will see you later.
Hey there with the open road, travel mile like a refugee. Mother's life, but you never slowed.
episode of Nerdistic Tendencies.
You look sad.
I look sad.
You were literally, hey, what's up, nerds? Welcome back. That was really good, actually.
Okay.
And you got all 4. The first time.
Right?
In a long time.
It's like I know how to do this. We were gonna mingle, interact with a bunch of the. Saturday was supposed to.
It's okay. You have a lot of words you want to say. It's okay.
So that really sucked not having her there.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
One more time.
Okay, wait. How should I?
Because that's gonna go in the blooper reel. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
Yeah, wait. Yeah, it did. That's good. I can't look at you though.
So unfortunately, since I. So as you can see, a lot of cool stuff purchased, a lot of good books added to my collection, which is fantastic. Got to spend the weekend. What was it?
Boy, who's here? You have a visitor. Should we practice?
Throw it once.
Okay.
Well, you gotta catch it. You gotta catch it more in frame, like right here.
Wait, let me see it one more time.
All right, go.
That looked good.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Also, a little side note. So, like I said, I